Yeah. Forget the rest.
Are y'all feeling better?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.
Hey world, I'm yours truly, Kaine, and welcome to SDM Live. And I actually have a special guest, Rachel. Girl, you know I'm gonna get you, girl. I understand we've been having a crazy day. It was a crazy day today prior before me getting here, but you know all is well. We here, and I have a special guest, as far as brilliant young guy. I don't want to say old, but young, inspiring, and uplifting, and some more things, as far as Mr. Dine, who is a special guest on our show. And he get to talk about him and all the inspiring things he's doing business-wise, as far as these kids, the community, and just him. Very funny. I mean, since I known him and met him just on few occasions, and we done ran into each other, just a funny, inspiring guy, all these different things he got going on for us, him, you know, and he get to chit chat with y'all, tell y'all about his thing he got going on. Mr. D-Don, good to see you.
Thank you.
I know the last time I seen you, we was partying.
Yeah, we was partying. Actually, it was after that. We were actually, you were on a video set.
Yeah.
And I was going to a photo shoot.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, just not nothing, you know, just on a cool type thing. I just so happened to been on a video shoot, and then you was on a photo shoot, right?
Yep.
And we just ran into each other. But other than that, you know, you get to hear Mr. D-Don talk about the businesses of things he got going on, and then positive things on starting a business, because like I be explaining to people, because I'm small in the business world, like new to the game far as it, and I have training wheels, and I have came across a couple different scenarios with people. They've been in the business world for a long time, and I feel like, yes, I have training wheels in it, but like learning and just basically, I don't want to say piggyback, right, but just learning from people that been there for a long time, and I just learned different ways to work on things better for me, because I got on training wheels, so it's kind of different, and it's I don't know how to say it, but just different, and then you just learn something new every time. So like far as that, we have Mr. D-Don, right?
Your boy.
Very funny guy.
Yes.
He gonna tell y'all about it. So he gonna tell y'all about the different things he got going on, and then as far as the kids and him. So D-Don, you can take the floor real quick.
Let's go.
Okay.
You keep hearing me say, your boy.
Yes.
That's my signature line. You know, when I walk in the room, I walk anywhere, it's your boy. That's me.
Yes.
D-Don. But, you know, before I get into the business, a little bit about me. My first passion is acting and coaching. So I've been in quite a few movies, quite a few different series in the city, and they've been doing pretty well all over TV. And, you know, I'm blessed to be a part of those, you know, those movies and those shows. But, you know, coaching, I coach kids. I love coaching football. I coach 9 and 10-year-olds. We actually won the state championship last year. Yeah, so,
okay.
You know, that was a great
Shout out
thing.
to that.
Shout out to the Southfield Jayhawks 10U.
Okay.
We in the building.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, my 7-on-7 flag team. We just won another championship about a week ago.
All right.
But, you know, it's not just about winning championships with the kids.
Right.
It's about being there for the kids. Like,
That too.
I literally
Supportive. Yeah.
Like, I bought a minivan just to go pick kids up every day. Like, literally. I drive to the east side all the way to Inkster and Ford Road to pick kids up.
Okay.
And, you know, it's very time consuming. But again, you know, once you start, like, you can't stop.
Yeah.
And you start to love these kids, and you see young black men growing up, and you're like, damn, that's me. So I definitely want to give back more.
Yes.
And, you know, I really appreciate, you know, everybody, even with the compliments, as far as it's a great thing you're doing with the kids, because I love it. Can't talk enough about acting, you know. That stuff is fun. Even artists, you know, I've done it all.
Right.
And I find myself saying, being able to chase my passion and do those type of things that I'm not particularly getting paid for, especially when it comes to coaching, you have to have a business.
Yeah, true.
You have to be able to do business.
I had to learn that business-wise.
Yeah, definitely have to
did.
do business. And everything is not going to be a success initially.
Yeah.
You know, being an entrepreneur, it's hard work, and everybody knows it's hard
is.
work. Sometimes it's easier to say, hey, I'll go work this 9 to 5. My life is set. I don't have to worry about anything. I know what I'm bringing in. But in business, hell, one week you can bring in 5,000. The next week you can bring in $50.
Yeah.
So
it's like fluctuate kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning that now. And it's like I have training wheels in the business world, and I came across people that are kind of tell you, and then I came across people that are kind of won't tell you, like you basically survival of the fittest to learn it. So I'm like, okay, let me just write out some goals first, put some things to the side, and then it's been growing ever since, just with the small business that I do have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
it's
real
work.
good to hear. And, I'm a part of quite a few different businesses. I have 5 Lakes Investments. I invest in properties, so you might see me posting about a house or talking bad about a contractor who did me wrong.
I did see that one time.
But, that's a part of the game.
I did. It is.
That's a part of the game. A lot of people think, hey, real estate, buy a house, fix it and flip it. That's where it's at. That stuff is very stressful.
Is
it?
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm interested in doing something like that, just like if I ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like buy a house, fix it, just on my spare time, put it together piece by piece with no rush, just to learn how to do like the structure part of it.
Yeah,
like,
and don't get me wrong, it's good money.
Okay.
And it's worth it, but it's a headache. Like for an example, I've paid probably 3 times as much as I should have paid to fix the current property I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
And that's more like it's cutting into my pros. And I was only able to do that because I got this house at a great price. But
right.
we know how the market is steadily changing.
It does. It go up and down.
Yeah, the low stuff is out of there. Like it's out of there.
I believe it. So like everything is just up down.
Yeah, we really got to spend real money. But it's interesting, and I'm trying to figure out how to get out of that game.
So no more real estate?
No, I'm always gonna do it. But
okay. But like the flipping part?
Yeah, it's like right now it's my bread and butter.
Okay.
I want to make that secondary or even third.
Right. True.
Trying to, just generate enough income to whereas I don't have to be there. When you're doing this real estate, particularly if you're not, paying a big company to do the work.
Yeah.
You got to watch them.
Yep.
You got to watch them.
True.
It's a handful of people that I know that can come through and, do some work that's professional. And the timing, that's what it's about. Like, it's all about timing. But, I can talk about the real estate stuff all day.
Yeah. Now, the real estate, I don't know it that much. I'm learning it, y'all. But I would love to learn the ins and outs of it, far as, getting houses and fixing it up. So, like, that's something we can probably brainstorm on one day.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, no big deal on it, but that's something new I'm in, too. Besides,
cool.
Dealing with, artists, and then dealing with marketing as well, far as me, and then dealing with my small business that I have in transportation. So, I wouldn't mind learning that,
Cool, yeah.
I'm kind of cool on that. Because, some people is not going to tell me that. And that's what I learned. They don't want to tell you the main thing, like, oh, well, as far as what they did, they're just basically push me to the curb, figure it out on your own. That's what I've been running across as far as that with that.
At the end of the day, before this is over, I'm going to drop some free game. Like, I'm going to get some jewels that I've been saying I'm going to start charging people for.
Yeah.
And so, really, I hope y'all stick around. And I ain't trying to hype myself or nothing, but it's more so like, it's going to be a point in time when I walk in a room, when it comes to business, it's going to be pull out a notepad and start writing notes. Because, a lot of people charge at these type of seminars.
They do.
For information that I know that I'm like, hey, here, you can have it. I'm winning other ways.
Yeah.
If I wasn't so busy, I would be charging myself. But even right now, I'm like, hey, I got some free game that'll help small business owners, big business owners, get to the next level.
Okay, cool. So, on second thought, then again, a seminar would be cool with you to have. Just do one good one. Just one day to have one. As far as that, just one day.
Yeah, that would be good.
And have them come out and listen, have a good time or whatever.
And before I get into that, I want to talk about junk stars.
Yes.
So
now, before you came along, I mean, I knew of you, right?
Right.
But junk stars, I knew first before I knew of you, far as the acting stuff and movies and all that stuff. See, because I wasn't all in your business. I just so happened to just bumped into you, and then here go Dine. I've seen you about a couple times, and then I remember one time I seen you. I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing. Let me just keep it moving. But like when we seen each other at Views, I just so happened to been at TJ's event, and you was there, and I'm like, hey, and I wasn't rude. I'm like, hey. You probably was looking at me like, who is that? But you still spoke, because that's me. Like, if I'm out and about, I will speak to people, even though I haven't seen them in a while, I will speak. And you spoke, too. You was like, okay, well, at least say hi. And I'm like, hey.
Right, absolutely.
Right. So, yeah, Junk Stars, shout out to Junk Stars, because y'all done came and looked out for me, taking care of some stuff I didn't feel like doing, and they just pulled on up.
Yeah, one time, my guy T, he on the move, and, you know, I'm proud of him. And, you know, the business is a booming. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
And if y'all need any junk removed, Junk Stars with a Z.
I'm telling you. And I'm going to just say it just as a person who called and had them come and take care of some stuff I needed. They came, gave me a set time, pulled up, took care of it. It didn't even take them no time. Because it was 4 of the guys.
Yeah.
And they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, we got a team.
And zoomed on their way and went on to the next project. So they do take care of business when it comes to that. When you give them a call, and they'll take care of it. But the one that I don't know his name, but I was calling him Mousy the whole time. He like the littlest one there. And it was like a white guy with one. I don't know, but I was like, Mousy. I'll call him Mousy. So I don't know your name, sorry, but shout out to Junk Stars. But the one that I call Mousy, he was zooming through there getting it done. Yeah. Yeah. So you probably know who I'm talking about.
I can imagine who that is. That's his new name, Mousy.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as Junk Stars, where did that come about? It was something that y'all did together, or?
Well, my friend T, my best friend, he used to work at the plant, and he got fed up with the plant. You know what?
I have nothing against the plant, but the plant wasn't for me when I worked there. That was one of the reasons, like, even with medical, I dealt with dealing with the plants. I mean, it's a job as far as a paycheck, but you get tired of certain stuff when you're working at a plant. And I worked at a plant before, and I also worked in the medical field as well as, you know, a medical assistant and also a patient care technician. But, like, with them jobs, it's no. Yeah. You get tired of that. Sometimes you get tired of the patients, and then you get tired of the overhead, too. So, like, when I did start my business, I was like, okay, let me work out this plan first. And then, like, with marketing, I just, like, set my little money together, and I did. Right. It didn't take friends, because my friends wasn't listening at the time. I just, you know, started putting my money together, and when it started getting where I needed to go far as the goal part, that's how I was able to start my business. But, like, jobs, is nothing wrong with having a job. I'm not against that. But the thing is, you do get it's like you get brain stuck on, I'm tired.
Right, especially if
I'd rather have something better.
Yeah, if you're not.
And that's how I thought about it. I was tired of it. Even though I did it for so many years, I was just tired of waking up. I got to be stuck here dealing with patients, or waking up, I got to be stuck here looking at these damn parts. Yeah. That's how I was thinking.
I'm going to tell you, for him, like, he used to do junk removal, and he used to do junk removal in Atlanta. But he's a prideful person to the point, like, he can be working at a job, making $30 an hour, but if you disrespect him, it's over. He's gonna say something. Yeah. So he actually lost his job. I can relate to that.
I can relate to that. So yeah, I understand.
He don't give a damn about his bills. Hey, and just really like buy. He's not that person who, yes sir, master. That's not him. So when he took that leap to get the business going, you know, it really just took off from there. And then, you know, myself and a few other people.
So did y'all talk about it first before y'all started Junk Stars, or that just like, come on, let's do it?
It just came about. You know, he was just willing. He quit the job, took his 401k, and got busy. Got his truck, got the first truck, and once he got the first truck, myself and Antoine, you know, we pretty much made a great contribution to get everything going. And now he's going, and he's rolling, and you know, Antoine, he's still in it day to day. You know,
well, shout out to Junk Stars, y'all.
Shout out to Junk Stars, man. One time for the
Junk Stars, because y'all doing y'all thing out there. Telling you.
Yeah, and you know, business. You know, I got quite a few businesses. Really, I got a cleaning company. I do a lot, but I'll drop them jewels that I was talking about.
Right.
Real quick. So this is how I did it. How I got into real estate. how I really crossed over from, making $5,000 deals to, 20,000,
Okay.
40,000. So, making real money.
Right.
It got to a point where it started with business credit,
Okay.
and I've been telling my friends for 3 years, hey, start a business, get an EIN number, get a DUNS number. You get that, you get some Net 30 accounts. I'll show you how to do that.
Right.
Get
Now,
the
what's
net-
the duds?
The DUNS number, that's Dun and Bradstreet. So once you get a DUNS
okay.
number,
Duns
it that's more like it replaces the EIN.
okay.
So basically, businesses, they don't really use your EIN to verify your credit. They use your DUNS number.
Oh.
So if you don't have a DUNS number, it's less likely you're gonna be able to generate credit.
Right. Right.
So once you get a DUNS number, like to even get a business grant, something like that, you need a DUNS number.
Mhm.
So once you get the DUNS number, you can get these Net 30 accounts. And Net 30 accounts, that's just a fancy word for you can buy our product and you have 30 days to pay us back.
Okay.
And that report directly to your business.
Right. Right.
So you do that for a number of time, and you get so many accounts. Now you move from Net 30 accounts to other accounts. Now you're getting Home Depot cards, all in your business name. Now you're getting gas cards, all in
Right.
your business name,
Cool.
like not personally guaranteed by you.
Right. Right.
So you're getting this stuff in your business name, and people say don't personally guarantee any credit. Sometimes you need the money.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to take care of certain stuff that you don't have the money for. So it's nothing wrong with having it. So like if you, let's say for example, if you need inventory or just extra stuff for miscellaneous things that you need and you don't have it, it's nothing wrong with having it.
Right.
As far as the extra.
Right. So
It's
when
not-
I got my first business credit card from Chase. It was 15,000, and I got I forget the other ones, but I got about 35,000 in business credit to start. This was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So when I got that first amount of credit, it was on and popping. I spent 22,000 on buying a house. Bought a house for 22,000. I ended up putting 20,000 in the house. So now we have 42.
Right.
And I was using all credit,
All credit. Without
And,
using no money, right?
no money.
Okay.
And even
Right.
with that, I knew I was gonna have to pay a few fees, but there's ways to get your money off your credit card,
Yeah.
without doing a cash advance where you're paying that large fee. I'll say that part for the seminar.
Right.
So
He said he gonna say what's it. Okay.
ways to
cool.
get your
Right,
money off.
Exactly.
So I spent about 42 on this house. Then I sold it for 68. So
Okay.
great pros, right?
Mhm.
And being lucky and blessed at the same time, dealing with junk stars. Junk stars
Shout out
cleaned
to
out
junk cars
one
again.
time. They cleaned out a
Junk
property.
stars. Right.
So when they cleaned out a property, I always have T like, hey, see if they selling a house, because I'll come by it like right now. So
Right.
long story short, somebody's mother died. They cleaned out the house. They sold the house. They wanted 60,000. They wouldn't budge, and I'm looking like 60,000. This is $120,000 area,
Right.
and I looked at the house like, man, I can put 10, 20,000 in here and make pros. So long story short, as soon as I sold the house for 68, the very next week I closed on the other house for 60,000. Took that cash. I didn't even pay the credit back right away
Right.
because it was all zero interest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another secret. You definitely want to exercise and use all the zero interest stuff. So I bought that house for 60,000, put 20,000 in that. Had to go into my personal credit a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Put 20,000 in that, and I sold that house for 118. Pros. Feel me?
Yes. Right. Okay.
And I can go on and on. Like I got a story about buying a house and flipping it on and on. But it all started with the business credit.
Right.
And with the business credit, that's not reporting to your personal credit. So it's not affecting your utilization.
At all.
So when you got money, you can do it all.
You can. And then I had to learn that, and I'm still learning it, because like people come to me and be talking all because they've been doing it for a long time. I know I got training wheels in the game, but eventually I'll be up there like y'all. But other than that, we about to take 5 real quick. Yours truly, Kaine, on SDM Live with my special guest,
Your boy.
Dine. Real quick. We on 5. See y'all in a minute.
Make it matter. Forget the rest. You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.
can show it off, but I never been that type. Another day in the life, I ain't promised to see. So everything I do in the honor of me. Pull up a chair, take a seat. I'ma be here for a minute. Make this industry my home. I ain't come to pay a visit. Black, talented, and gifted, and still let my pants hang. Trying to come up like the exit in the right lane. Gotta maintain, make sure the family's straight. Lost a couple pounds, but my pocket's still gaining weight.
Crispy chicken fed.
Yeah, I can tell with them thick ass legs.
That nigga left him dead. I don't think you'd rather be that nigga.
Hey, word is bond, I ain't even trying to see that nigga. See, I think before I act, cause it's a lot to consider.
Straight from the dome, the city wide awake, they with us.
Popping bottles of liquor.
We represent them, they with us.
Known as a saved sinner, still chilling with the winners.
They loving us, they better give us pros.
But never sacrifice your soul for the love of the dough.
Me and Chaz ride beats like interstates home.
2, 3, yeah, I'm in my zone. You know the price going up like earphones.
Popping bottles in the suites, catch me in the row. But it's nothing like the deed, it's gonna be home.
Forever yours, Detroit song. And you know we posted at the
Coney Island. Coney Island.
Yeah, man.
Coney Island.
Chili and cheese on everything, nigga.
Coney Island. Coney Island. They loving us, they better give us pros.
But never sacrifice your soul for the love of the dough.
Me and Chaz ride beats like interstates home.
Detroit song. And you know we posted at the
Coney Island. Coney Island.
Yeah, man.
Coney Island.
Chili and cheese on everything, nigga.
Coney Island. Coney Island. Coney Island. Coney Island.
Okay, y'all. So we back. We had to take a little break real quick. So, D-Dine, where can they reach you at? You know, just to throw that out there because I'm going to shout it out again so you can tell them where to reach you at far as whatever, far as you.
Oh, yeah. You know, for any inquiries,
Tell them.
You know, reach me on Instagram, Facebook, DADON 313. That's D to Don 313. Instagram and Facebook. Y'all can call me too. No, I'm playing.
I mean, they can.
Y'all can
Business
definitely
wise,
call
right?
me though. Call
they
me
want
or
to.
text me first though. Yeah,
Text.
definitely text me first. But yeah, y'all can text me 313-399-6989. That's my professional voice, guys.
Well, other than that, we have D-Dine in the building.
Your boy.
He likes saying that a lot.
Yeah, you know, I kind of got when people see me now,
Yeah.
they don't even call me Don. They be like, your boy.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-huh.
So tell them about that bowling team that you talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's an
hey,
adult or is it just for children
this
too?
This is for adults only.
He got a bowling team, y'all, that he's supposed to be bringing to the
Listen,
city.
We are going to create a bowling league. This is for civilized people who like to do ratchet stuff sometimes. So we're going to have fun. And look, we don't need y'all professional 300 bowlers trying to build your team and take this stuff serious. Like,
I would like to be on a bowling team. I don't know how to bowl like that, so you might get a couple gutters from
hey,
me.
for real.
But I wouldn't mind being on the bowling team.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So you don't have to know how to bowl to be a part of the bowling league. That's what
Right.
we're doing. You know, I don't need the people who, we know you can bowl a 300, you, your brother, and your auntie, but y'all don't have to put a team together to beat everybody because we really don't care who wins. We just out to have fun. That's all.
Right. So, did you come up with a name yet for the bowl team?
You know, I haven't came up with a name, but I will put that in my group message tonight. And I'm sure Vicky V's, Vito, Thurston, one of them, they going to come up with a name. Beans might come up with a name, but it'll be real ratchet if he came up with it. And we can't have that. Sort of.
I can see that.
So I'm going to have a name real soon, and I'm going to definitely put that out. So make sure y'all follow me, DDadon313 on Facebook and Instagram. I don't do all the other stuff. I just can't keep up. You know, I got 2 of them. I can't do Snapchat and Twitter and whatever other ones they got.
They got Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. I heard about this, what is it called? Cook Up or something?
What is it?
I don't know, it's supposed to be cook up or meet up or something like that. It's a,
Oh yeah, yeah.
or something.
And you know what? Meetup is cool because
They got so many different ones now. They got these different.
Meetup is cool. I used to be a part of a group, and I forget the name of it, but we would meet with other business owners and try to give each other business. I used to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce of Canton. That's
Okay.
another thing for business owners, but
Okay.
it's just you got to be up early. That stuff is once a week. You need to be there at 7 in the morning. So y'all passing around business cards, and every week everybody has to generate business for somebody in the group.
Mm-hmm.
So, stuff like that. But another idea.
And then you got an upcoming movie.
I got a lot of things upcoming. So
what's the closest one first?
well, the closest.
Well, what's coming up? Because I know you said movies and some other things.
Well, this year we got y'all will catch me in McGraw Ave.
Okay.
McGraw Ave season 2.
Now who directed McGraw Ave?
You got Thomas Harris. You got Keels.
Okay.
Moolah Films shot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's real big. And shout out to all the movie makers, man. We got Moolah Films. We got BZ Jones. Hiko. We got I like Darren stuff. Darren Brown. We got quite a few people. And shout out to Melissa Talbot too.
Okay.
And shout out to the MFAA Acting Association, my acting group. So when my show drops, I will be reaching out to all you guys.
Right. Now, what, bro? You playing in McGraw Ave? Is you acting, or you behind the scenes, or you got what's going on with you being in McGraw Ave?
My role in McGraw Ave got everybody looking at me funny. All right. So I set some of my friends up in McGraw Ave in the first season. You got to check that out. Like, I set them up. I got people, in the football community, they making jokes like, man, I don't know if to say what's up and dap you up or stay away from you.
Right. But it's all
it's all acting and it's all fun.
That.
Even in season 2, my role, it's a movie.
Okay.
Or it's a show. How about that? And I just gotta, I'm playing a role of a show, but in no way it depicts who I am as a person. We already know that.
Nah. D-Dine, you cool guy. So
For
far as the
sure.
movie, I know it's just acting far as that, because you funny. I mean,
Definitely.
on the occasions that I didn't see you, funny guy. Nothing where it looked like, oh, you got a question far as D-Dine. Just always a funny.
Oh yeah, just chill, laid back. And when
doing
people
your
ask,
thing. Yeah.
I'm the type of person where it's like, hey, if you heard anything bad about me, if somebody say I said anything, call me right there on the spot. And if they right, look, I had to tell somebody this. Somebody said, D, I heard you said such and such. I said, call them right now. I give you $1,000 if they vouch for that right now.
Right.
Call them right now. That's how good my word is. I stand on my word.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, and I stand on character. It's about principle, not popularity.
Right.
So that's real big with me.
Right. So other than that, far as the football team and Junk Stars and movies, writing movies too, right?
Yeah, I got a show that I'm writing. I'm not even writing it anymore. It's done.
Okay.
I just got to spend the money and get this thing shot. It's called Tips. And I'm going to just leave it right there. I'm just know I'm giving out some real G stuff. Giving out some real stuff. And I really think this going to get me over the hump in the entertainment world. So would this be
for, like, because I do radio here. So would this be like a podcast as well? Or would you be, like, basically...
Absolutely.
You
can definitely
be like a podcast version?
You know what? It wouldn't be like the show wouldn't be a podcast, but
it's gonna be streaming. Would it be streaming?
Yeah, it's gonna be streaming. This something it's gonna be on Amazon for sure. But
okay.
I got a lot of networks that I'm working with right now, just behind the scenes. Haven't really told anybody about.
I think this gonna be different and cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. Like, it's none like it.
It's different from what you was telling me.
Yeah.
First tips.
Yeah, I get to be me on this show,
Right.
It's one of them things where typically to host this type of show, if you're in a relationship, that other person needs to be very understanding.
Yeah.
And just understand the game. That's how I go.
Well, I always say this on the relationship tips. I don't like to relate on that stuff. So D-Dine, you get to have a show where you tell them the game on what's really going on, far as whatever, when they be acting kind of funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
all
me,
day.
I,
and it's more like this.
because certain stuff, far as relationships, I don't like to relate on it, because if you give them that advice on, okay, well, if you do, like give them the detail on it, some of them, they'll listen, but they'll go back to whatever's is causing the mess. So that's why I'm like, don't come, like, relationships, don't come running to me telling me about
listen,
it.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a
I give you
relationship
advice.
counselor. I'm a counselor.
You a counselor, but
Look, I'm gonna tell them how it is.
yeah, but sometimes I'm just saying, like, sometimes if you do try to tell them how it is, what to make it change or to make it work, for example, or whatever is gonna make them, get it together. Sometimes it's like they hear you and don't hear you, but I think that's kind of cool. Like on your show, you're able to, hey, let me just give you one-on-one. Like, let's say if a person in a relationship and they have their mate, that's the good person, and then they have the significant other, that's the problem. And it's like, here you are telling them the game, okay, if they acting like this will make them think to themselves, like, okay, so maybe I do need to leave because you're doing all of these signs of what's not right. And I think that's kind of cool to do that, as far as whatever. So
that's the thing.
It's called tips, though.
It's called tips. I'm giving out tips. So I'm narrating this stuff.
For both?
I got
Male and female?
Yeah, male and female.
Because the females be doing stuff, too.
I got different people who's
They
going to
do.
be acting this stuff out.
Okay.
So as I'm giving the tips, I'm giving examples, like live examples.
Okay, cool.
And it's live, and it's fun. It's gonna be better than reality TV.
Yeah.
How about that?
And I'm sitting up here talking about, like, wow, because people do come to me a lot about relationship advice, and it's like, now it's like, I don't even want to waste my time telling you about the relationship advice, and then you go back to the problem that's giving you problems when you can make things better for yourself. So, like, now it's like, I hear you, but I don't hear you. But I think that's kind of cool that you got that show. Yeah. And then they can see for themselves, like, okay, well, no wonder she was acting like that, or like him. Oh, no, see, I done dated the wrong type of whatever. So
I'm going to tell you what it is, too. Here's what I honestly think. Most women are green. Most women are naive. Most women...
Some of them are selfish.
Yeah, they don't even understand.
Some of them are. Or not, yep. And I agree with you.
And most men are not alpha males. Most men are not. Most men are not bosses to say, hey, this is what it is. This is where I'm at with it. They'd rather just lie. It's just so much easier to lie.
No, but it's not easy. You better tell the truth. Don't lie.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
You better tell the truth, because I look at it like this. If you gonna tell a story, your conscience is guilty. You better off telling the truth. Don't be a person to say, like, okay, well, if I was better off lying to her and then you need her and then your conscience is guilty, she ain't gonna be bothered, but you have to need to lie to her. Same thing with the females. Don't lie. Just tell them, like, okay, well, shit, I don't like you. And tell them that. It's not going to hurt to tell them. And some people are, I guess, shameful to do that. Like, why be shameful? I mean, you would get a response better versus basically hiding the truth if something is wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why even now, and I can even relate this back to business. It's like this. Hey, if we can't do business together, I have no need for you. You feel me? If we can't do business,
I agree.
Why have you around? Why not just have a bunch of babes around?
True.
Why not? I can't do business with them. Can't do business with you. What's the difference?
Exactly.
For real. And that's what it's about too.
Yeah, exactly.
I look at people even from a business aspect. You got to think about that type of stuff in relationships. Like, hey, I get with this person. Like, it's okay to have nothing. It's okay to be at zero.
Yeah.
If you have a plan. If you got a plan, I'm okay with that. A good plan. Because stuff happen. We never know somebody's situation.
Right.
You got bad credit. You don't have a car. You don't have a house. Now, if you're 50 years old, you 50 years old, then you just assed out. Sorry. Okay? Not happen on 50-year-olds. That's just that.
So what would be your age? Because
now, don't get me wrong. I ain't looking for no 50-year-olds. But even at
you
40.
said 50.
Look, even at 40, it's like, hey.
Right.
If
you should
don't
have
something at 40.
Something. You supposed to.
I'm looking like,
what is going on?
That's the problem too, especially with most pretty women, because they'll be with a guy in their 20s, even early
like
30s.
young, yeah.
And he always bought him something, but never taught him something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he bought you this, but you don't have a skill. You don't have a degree.
You just always been there, but not know.
Right. You don't
where
have
just in case
drive.
if he say I'm tired of you, because that happens too. You could be with somebody so long, and they get tired of you, and they just throw you to the curb, and you don't have nothing.
Exactly.
So it's best to put something together. So just in case if he do go or she go, you have.
You got your own.
You got your. Okay, well at least I have a donut shop or some type of business or something that's gonna have me some money till I get everything together and then branch from there, you know, or brand it. So it's nothing wrong with branding and starting a business, because that was one of the reasons why I started a business. I got tired of working a 9 to 5, and then it was like I got tired of being stuck somewhere and it wasn't going nowhere too. Yeah, so that was one of the reasons
too. I love your grind, your hustle.
Yeah,
you out here. I like your style.
Thank you.
It's like, you know, you doing you.
Did it piece by piece though. It didn't take for me to follow behind somebody, because like at the time when I caught myself like working with people that already had their thing going, it was always get out the way. You don't know what the hell you doing. I know I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but it was like I was always basically segregated because they were the boss and I was the nobody.
Right.
But it's the difference now. Like, okay, well, so I just do it piece by piece now, and then everything is falling into place that way, and it's kind of easier for me. Like, in a way, like big time.
It gotta be.
Yeah.
And this one thing I'm learning is to just not stress.
Yeah.
You know, I find myself saying,
Yep.
I'm in the middle of the biggest transactions of my life. And I've now realized.
With music? You still do music?
I haven't done music in a while. I kind of fell back from music. I really wish I had an artist that I can put some money behind.
I have some artists.
You know, if we got a legit artist I can put some money behind, I'm with it.
I have some artists too,
See,
including the known artist that I'm actually working with. That's somebody's mama. That's a big artist. So.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, we got to talk, because
right. And it's like, if it was a little bit different, I'd be like, oh yeah, but you know, like they say, so I just gradually work my piece from there.
I love the music game. I've been saying I'm gonna drop a song, but I'm so busy. You know, I coach these kids.
Yeah.
I'm working on houses.
Yep.
You know, I'm licensed in a whole bunch of stuff myself. Mm-hmm. You know, so I still get commissions from, you know, insurance contracts, that type of stuff.
Right.
So I'm busy in a nutshell. And I'm trying to have a personal life too. You know?
I mean, you can. This how I do my personal life. My days off is on Sunday. Sometime on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you know what I'm saying? But that's just like to keep up with whatever I'm doing throughout the week. So like my off days, I'm catching up on stuff. And then my off days, I am like, do not disturb. Let me take care of me. That's how that's going to be. And I'll catch y'all on the next previous day as far as whatever. So that's how I do, because you always have to have a me time. And I actually have 2 me times, sometimes 3 if I'm not that busy.
Wow.
So you have to have a me time, even in the business world, because if you calling me on a day that I'm off, the phone is going to be off and you're going to be answering to my voicemail, and I will see you Tuesday or Wednesday when I feel like it. Yeah. That's how it is now.
That's how it got to be.
Yeah.
I don't even look at my phone often. You know, I've been telling myself I'm about to fast from my phone. You know, granted, I got some business I got to take care of, and I need it. But even after that, I got to fall back. I just want to try something different.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like I'm winning in life. The Lord, you know, blessed me to win.
I done prayed enough, so God done blessed me in so many scenarios.
Exactly.
So, God, you know, you rule everything. But
100.
I just have to keep it, you know, basically sane for one, keep my mental 100%, and just keep it, you know, positive always. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with writing out goals. I write them all the time.
Yeah, I had a big chalkboard, actually dry eraser board, whatever you call it.
Oh.
I had one of them big boards. I used to write goals on it and make sure I have to walk past it every day. So that kept me in line to do stuff. And then it's about having positive individuals around.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need somebody to tell me when I'm wrong. Don't just be
it's
around saying yes.
No, it's good to have the positive type people around. It's better too, versus, you know, if you had the negatives around, they're going to make sure it's going to be some type of way to make things, to keep up some mess, to keep you distracted. So I don't like to be distracted. I like to be somewhere where it's positive, the vibes is positive, the friendship is positive, and then people that I meet is positive. If you negative and I read that energy, you won't sit your ass around me.
Hey, for For real.
You won't be having a conversation. You're not about to be sitting up here trying to tell me it's not going to work, because once I read the energy and it's not right, you won't have your ballerina ass around me.
I hate that the most. Like, don't tell me it's not going to work. I don't have it all figured out, but if I had you maybe pushing me,
Yes.
then maybe I will get the ideas and the energy to figure it out. But telling me it won't work.
No. And that didn't happen to me. They be like, oh, that's a bad idea. I don't think you should do that. And then they'll turn around and use the idea that I told you about, and they told me it's a bad idea. So I'm like, nah, let me just change it around a little bit. So I did. I'm like, okay, let me stop being around people that's telling me it's not right and start hanging around the weird. And I don't want to say weird, but hanging around the people that's inspiring and make things uplifting. And it's been better for me ever since. And I just been on the roll ever since then. Yeah. Not sitting around a person that's hanging around a person that they don't like me and don't like whoever and whatever. I mean, just the whole thing is just negative just because it's like not sitting around, being around, or just hearing the conversations of anything negative. Yeah. I've been like sitting around people that's, okay, you need to just do this and work on different little scenarios as far as you, and this is what you need to do. It's always been a goal or something that's going to build it better as far as my brand. And then if they already got a brand, okay, this is what I did, and then I just work from there. That's how it's always been. Yeah. And it's been good.
I learned that too. Nobody want to put you on.
No.
Nobody want to just
I done been
mention
around
your name
people.
in a room.
I've been around people that's on, and I'm talking about been on years or whatever, and it always been a, push me to the side, girl, bye.
You could have mentioned my name, and that could have done so much for me.
Not even if it was a cheesecake, nothing, just nothing. So I had to learn that. And then like now, it's all love now. Like the people that I'm surrounded around now, it's all love. We all work together. Certain things that come up, whether if it's an event or maybe a party or just something that just came up first, whatever, it's all like love, and we treat each other as family, and it's not a competition far as us. So I kind of like the people that I'm surrounded around now.
Yeah, like, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I tell my friends, I got friends who they winning. I got one of my homies, he got a pool inside his crib, right? Mm-hmm. And he stun a lot. He one of them.
I mean, he can.
And look, he stun a lot. He one of them, man, look, I got $1,000 pair of shoes on. I got a $900 vest on. I got some $400 pants on. And I'm letting you see it. You know what it is. And guess what? I know that's him. Right. That's always been him. Right. So when I see him and I hear him stunting going hard, this is him. He not thinking I'm better than you. Right. So what? But at the end of the day, it's like, this is you, who you are.
Right, because you know him.
I come across people who I think I'm better than them. And I'm like, obviously you don't know me then. I always talk stuff. Like, I'm fun.
You are very funny.
I'm like, I'm the person you can call.
You should have been a comedian. You should have been a comedian, too.
I've been thinking about doing stand-up comedy. I actually got some material.
Because you're funny.
I should look at my phone. I do got some material. I got about a minute's worth of material.
You was funny.
Go hard with this 1 minute and stand up.
See how it work and stuff. I think it'll be cool.
I got a cold 1 minute now. Yeah, 3 minutes if she lucky. No.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm talking stuff.
Right. But I think that'll be cool. Comedian. Yeah. Business person, and then expiring. Then for the community, you got like a different selection of different stuff that you do too. And it's not based off somebody that told me. It's just what I seen for myself. Yeah. And that's kind of cool. I mean, I done met cool people that way too. Not based off, okay, well, in my ear. That's how I met a lot of cool people as well, just off my own perspective of how I met people. And that's another good way to meet people too. Like if you see for yourself and not versus what you hear from somebody. Because sometimes people be saying stuff just to start some mess or just be saying some stuff for you not to like them. But I met you just off what I seen, Exactly. And it's always been, cool.
Yeah, and that's cool. Right. I try to be, I tell people this all the time. Well, not everybody, but I don't do what I do saying, I want to be rich. I need to make $10 million. No. Right. It's like, I don't have to be rich. I just want what I want. I want what I want, and it don't require me to have $5 million to get what I want. So I'm able to say, I'm coaching these kids. Mm-hmm. I'm doing these movies. I'm having conversation with friends when they need you know, and just able to progress. And I feel like this, when you're doing things the right way, you got the right spirit, the right heart about it, good things gonna happen.
Yeah.
So even when I lose, I'm like, it's nothing. I'm right back like I never lost, you know, because it's your boy. That's what I do.
You say that a lot too.
Yeah, and I think just the winning mentality.
Yeah.
The winning mentality. Like right now, I normally buy houses in the county tax auction, but due to COVID, they're not having the auction. I'm a little teed off of that. So now I gotta.
They stopped it.
Yeah, because they're not putting people out right now. So.
Putting people out. Is people in the houses?
Yeah.
You got to tell me about that.
Yeah.
Is people in the houses that you're trying to buy?
Some of them. So.
Squatting? Don't
No, they just
own
didn't
them?
pay their taxes. Some people even have mortgages, but them taxes outweigh everything.
Right.
You
And
don't pay
that's
them
the
taxes,
thing.
run it.
With taxes, even if you do own a home, I do have to put that out there. When you don't pay your taxes and you have a home and don't pay them, if a person have the money to cover the taxes, the house is theirs, right? Is that how that goes?
Sort of. You know,
If
it's
they
a lot
pay the
of-
taxes on it, if it's the back taxes, even if they is paying a mortgage?
No, if they paying a mortgage, then that mortgage company, they technically got rights after the county when it comes to those taxes.
Okay.
So I've seen situations though, a house is vacant, somebody would go pay the taxes, and they do some paperwork, and now they got the house.
Right.
You know, I've seen those type of situations too. But nowadays, it's like the game. Anything can happen in the game.
I see.
Anything can happen. So, but without the auction, that's kind of harder for me. I'm like, you know, this year I planned on buying a bunch of houses through the auction, that particular auction. It's other auctions though.
Right.
So it's all work, but it's just harder to do it without the county tax auction. County tax auction, you just sitting around at your computer, you scrolling through your computer looking, hey, oh shoot, you done found a couple of houses. Now you bidding, you want them.
Right.
Wait till you get your deed, go knock on the door. Hey, what's up? You want to pay some rent? Or I'm going to need you up out of here, B. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give y'all some more jewels. It's a
Right.
strategy to that.
Okay.
Strategy to buying houses. If you see a house you want and somebody live in it, here's what I would do. I'm going to give you both scenarios. Somebody live in it and somebody don't.
Okay.
Somebody live in a house, you want to kind of ride by the house quite a few times, see what type of people they are. Now, if you see it's some hood people, you know, some people look like you have a real problem with,
Right.
you might just want to keep it moving. You know, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to destroy that house. Now, if it's a
Yeah,
family,
then-
if it's a dude, you
Right.
see him and his lady, you see some kids, older guy, I'm going to say older as in like 40 and up. Y'all 40-year-old people, y'all not old. Y'all just older than the 21-year-old hood rats, all right? But, so, not all 21-year-olds, but you get me. So, when you see somebody with a family, you're like, okay,
Right.
this might be a good house. So that's how you determine what to bid on. You want to see the type of people. Now, if it's always cars, you got 5 cars in the driveway, you might have a real problem.
Okay.
You know,
Somebody that probably don't want to leave.
right? The house
and
might
been
be
there.
ran down,
Right.
leaking. They haven't even gotten it fixed.
So
but-
much going on. Right.
So when you find a vacant house, one thing you want to do, you want to get somebody to tarp the roof.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
because there's gonna be a lot of people like me. We trying to bid on it, but you get somebody to go put a tarp on the roof. Now I'm thinking, damn, it got a bad roof. I'm straight on this, but you know the roof good. You put your own tarp up there.
Right.
You can even put some burned wood on the windows, make it look like it's fire damage.
Okay.
I see fire damage. I don't want it anymore. But you know it's no fire damage because you put the burned wood up there. You know? So those just a few little tricks when you bidding on a house, trying to find a house in the auction that you can use that'll heighten your chances of getting a house.
Right. So, far as houses and flipping houses, because I'm a homeowner myself, so it's better to own a home, or how about land of a contract of a home to own a home versus renting, right?
That's kind of sticky. I never advise of renting. I only advise of renting if it's
What
going to
about
be a
rent to
short
own?
stay. Rent to own is cool, but that's sticky too.
Is it?
Because
What
if
if
you-
it's a nice home?
Then see,
I'm
here's the
talking
thing.
about nice suburb and nice area, just a nice home.
You
and
want to
then
make
just
sure
gonna
you're on a
rent.
land contract
Okay.
and Because rent to own, if it's not in contract, it's not rent to own.
Okay.
No matter what they say.
Right.
Because and you want to be on a land contract when you do it. But even being on a land contract, I've had people say, hey, sell me the house on a land contract. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'll sell it to you on a land contract.
Right.
Only if I think you're going to default.
Default?
Yeah. Meaning you're not going to pay when you're supposed to. Then I get to keep the house and all your money. And you have to start over.
So what about, let's say for a first-time home buyer and they trying to buy a house and they don't have like the credit to get the home, but they love this home and they want to do a land contract to get the home, and they do the contract and then pay the payments without missing not one. Would you recommend land contracts? Because I have people that did land contracts and they made the payments and they own homes.
That's cool. A land contract is cool.
If, if they make the payments without missing them.
Definitely want to make the payments. Land contract, cool. And depends on the terms. Like
that too. Because
most land contracts be, hey, you pay the taxes. You fix the house. Anything go wrong, it's on you.
I heard of that, yep.
And a land contract is cool. If you can't afford to cash out on it or get approved for it and you just want it, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Nothing is wrong with a land contract. A land contract from the opposite side, though, meaning the seller, if I did a land contract, I'm hoping you default. Other than that,
you say hoping.
I'm hoping you default because
and miss a payment.
Yeah, I'm hoping you miss a payment so I can take your down payment and all. Because
they have like with the land contracts, you do have to put like a couple thousand. You don't have to put. You know how some places, okay, 1,000. You have to put some thousands down to get.
Some people want about 15,000.
Yeah, and then you have to make sure you make them payments within the year's time of your contract and not miss not one. Now, if you do miss one, yes, they lose that.
Yeah, but a land contract cool. Like
it is.
If you gonna pay it, a land contract is cool.
It's better than dealing with that, right? Yeah. Versus dealing with the bank, because the bank will take it.
Yeah, the bank will definitely take it.
Yeah, take it.
And you might have somebody who lenient. They might say, "Hey, you missed this. Okay, cool." But at the end of the day, people fall in love with stuff they think they want. Yeah. I just had a house. I paid.
That's true too.
In 2014, I paid $3,200 for this house. Mm-hmm. Nice brick house, finished basement with a bar in it. The guy, it was in his family name for like 30 years. Mm-hmm. He lost it due to taxes. Again, I bought this house for $3,200. Right now, that house is selling for like $65,000. So, but I've been collecting rent from him, getting money. Then he stopped paying when COVID hit. But I ended up selling this house. I sold his house for like $34,000 or something. Sold the house. It needed quite a bit of work.
Right.
Sold the house, but I had people offering me, "Hey man, look, I give you $15 down and $1,000 a month." I don't want to deal with people paying me my money.
Right.
Because right now, then with COVID, you couldn't really evict anybody.
So I heard about that.
That people too. Just wasn't paying rent
at all.
And even right now, you can evict people, but who wants to evict people? Like, I don't want to go through that process. So I said, the next land contract, rental property I do, whatever it is, hey, I need first month, last month, security deposit, and I might even need an additional month just because I ain't got time to play with these people.
Right.
You know how these people look. You know how these people are. You know how these people are.
Like, ain't nobody got time. But other than that, it was good to have you on the show.
Man, I really appreciate you having me. I'm thankful, and I really appreciate this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to doing business and many more opportunities.
Yeah, of course. And then you can always catch me on SDM Live on this podcast. Rachel, she's not here. You'll probably catch her next time. And then as far as Dine, they can catch you where again?
Your boy. Yo. Catch your boy D the Don, DDADON.
You gotta tell him.
313.
Okay.
On Instagram, on Facebook, D the Don 313 on Instagram and on Facebook. Hey, hit me up, man. I'm a cool dude. If you got any questions or if you just want to kick it, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it all. I'm cool down to earth. And if you got any kids, 9 and 10 years old, and you tired of y'all football coaches, or you tired of somebody all dancing in the videos all in the background, bring them over to the Jayhawks. Let me get them together. No, that's it.
But other than that, SDM Live, yours truly, Kaine. You can catch me here Fridays at 5, always. You know, it'd be me and Rachel here on the podcast. Yours truly, Kaine. Catch y'all again. And thank you, D-Dine. And thank you, Casino, for being my engineer for today.
One time for Casino, man.
Right.
Man, real professional.
Right.
You know, got us all the way going, man.
Much love to y'all, and I'll see y'all again. Yours truly, Kaine.
Kaine,
And
baby.
Make a move, make it matter.
Yeah. Forget the rest.
How y'all feeling that?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.